We are recording.
Wow.
Wow.
We are recording.
Oh my God.
And I didn't have to see the old intro.
I know.
Video intro.
Hey, how about that sweet music? Everyone, and welcome to Carnival Cruising Podcastaways, the podcast where Mr. Kennedy goes a little crazy. That threw me off, man. Dude, I looked right at you. Oh, hang on. That was great. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Carnival Cruising Podcastaways, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything Carnival Cruising related. My name is T-Dog, the Trevor Shelby, and joining me on this crazy cruising adventure is the righteous dude, Thomas Kennedy. I went with our screen names.
Yeah, I saw that, and right. The woo wasn't. Nature Boys. It was Nature Boys. I don't know who Righteous Dude's little call sign was. So.
I don't either.
Or if there was a wrestler named Righteous Dude, but it'd be cool if there was.
There really would be cool. So, Mr. Kennedy, if that's your real name, how are you doing today? This week? I mean, we haven't seen you for a week.
I'm doing. Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, it's been one of those weeks.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's been crazy. So.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of ups and downs, and it's only Wednesday. Wednesday when we're recording. And so
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you know this, but Don Johnson lives in Muskogee. I found this out.
Really?
Yeah, Don Johnson lives in Muskogee, and he's a cop. Yeah, he's a cop now.
Of course, he's a cop.
He gave up acting to become a cop.
He gave up cop acting to be a cop.
Yeah.
So you delivered to a Don Johnson?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm waiting for Reese Witherspoon.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, today is September 16th. And guess what? It's actually, for us, we're recording, it's September 13th. And you know what that is? It's Bald is Beautiful Day. So,
dude, I don't care about
my
that.
Bald brothers out there.
I don't care about that. You know what? You know what the day, what day it is? The day this comes out.
Yeah. Talk
like a pirate day.
Oh, what? Arr. Wait a minute. And we didn't.
Oh no. Hold. It's Tuesday the 19th. I'm sorry.
That sounds like Tuesday the 19th. There might be something special coming out.
Yarg. I wish they would bring back Walking the Plank.
Yes. Har. So, oh man. Oh wow. We'll have to decide if we're going to be recording anything or just reposting. We'll decide.
I wish we could post that episode of Laughter Piece Theater.
Oh yes, man, that was so much fun.
That was so much fun. And people did not know that we were not recording in the same room.
Mm-hmm. I know,
or at the same time for that matter.
Yeah, that was way back when, in the early days, when we would record little bits of audio. I'd send it to Tom. He would record responses and then record a little bit more. And I'd record responses to him and then record a little bit more. And we went back and forth until we did an entire movie worth of commentary.
And it was amazing.
It was so much fun. Oh, man.
Can you imagine if we did it now? I mean,
what if we are doing it right now?
We're not. We're video conferencing.
I know.
You are freezing up.
You are freezing up. No, I was trying to create pauses in between and make it sound like we were passing it. Anyways, so
dude, your face actually froze.
I know. Like... I'd stop moving. I just, I thought I'd freak you out. So I haven't been, by the way, I have not been doing much this week besides work, and reading. Lots of reading and writing and arithmetic.
I've been packing and stuff for this move. So,
if anyone is interested, because I did talk about it at some point, I've been doing a lot of writing and I've written.
Don't buy it. I can tell you how his stories always go. There's an antagonist. There's me. The antagonist kills me.
That's not what happens in this. So I can say that I have successfully broke the 24,000 word mark. So
nice.
Yeah.
So is that like what, 15, 20 chapters?
No, that's 5 chapters. So, well, actually 6 chapters. So I will say that I do like to grab a name or two from friends and maybe likenesses a tad bit. And blow
them up.
No, I'm blowing anybody up in this. So I did write a Gary character.
Oh Lord.
There is a Kennedy character. Last name is Kennedy. We haven't learned his first name yet in the book yet. So surprise. It's a surprise.
And I'm gonna die.
I've been having fun with that, and so I don't know if it'll turn into anything at any point. But Megan read it and she said it was pretty good. So cool. There you go.
And if you guys are on a Carnival ship, it may still be on there. He's got a choose your own adventure book on some of those ships, that if they're still there,
if they're still there. I actually, if you look behind me, I have a bookshelf up, and now podcast listeners, don't look behind you. So, and funny enough,
there it
is. So
he has so many different ways that he kills me in this. It's not
so there's 26 different endings. Here's us with a shovel. And my favorite one was the one where this one right here,
where we're being boiled by natives. Oh yes. Lord.
we're about to be cannibalized. Now, mind you, I wrote this before I ever went on a cruise. So my very first cruise, I was so excited. I wrote this, and I'll post.
You wrote it after on your second cruise.
I was because you could tell when you read this, I had no clue what I was talking about on a lot of stuff, but there are a lot of fun. I'll post some of the fun artwork that I had done for it. It was illustrated and professionally done, and it was a lot of fun to do. And it was just for friends, really. But I love leaving them on cruises. I found about 5 copies here at the house, and I always encourage people to steal them on a cruise if you find them, because keep them. So I don't care.
Yeah, you donated them, so
yeah, they may or may not be signed. So there you go. But yeah, check the libraries. Everyone's gonna be checking. There hasn't been one on there for a long time. So anyways, did you know that we have a amazing first topic for today's show?
No.
You do know because you're the one that suggested it.
Dang it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a complaint that John gets quite a bit, and that's the reason why I bring it up.
Yeah.
Sitting with strangers in the MDR. Now, I've done this a couple times. One time was really great. The other time, I ran and hid and ended up changing tables to Trevor's table,
I
who
remember.
because it was his wedding cruise, and somehow my mother and I were not linked to the rest of the group, but we just went up there anyway, and they just decided, the waiters said, "Hey, you guys are new." So we just became a part of that group. But
Mm-hmm.
no, I mean, sometimes, it's great because people, you find these people, you start talking, you figure out, hey, there's a lot of things we have in common. There's a lot of things I didn't know about, where they're from and stuff like that. And then you end up sitting with a crackhead who gets arrested at the first port,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then
So
you don't have to worry about them being at dinner.
true, true. Which that is a true story. We, the people that we ran from ended up, one of the female in that couple ended up getting arrested in Key West.
Yeah. Well, I will say the time that we had to do it, it was when we won that free cruise.
Yeah,
And so when we did it, we didn't expect it. So we showed up to dinner fully expecting to be at just a small table with just two chairs. And they sat us down with another couple. And I will say that it was awkward at first, very, very awkward at first. And we were two very different ages, and they were very young couple, and we were not so young couple. But I will say, by the end of the cruise, like, we had exchanged, like, information, and we're friends on Facebook still, and like, they were really cool folks, and we actually hung out quite a bit on the ship later on. So
do they follow the show?
I don't think so. They had actually gotten married on a cruise, and so we thought it was really cool. And it was something that put that stuff in my head. So
Yeah, I mean, I thought the not the cruise, not the family reunion group cruise, but the cruise before that Mom and I went on, that we met Amanda and Josh,
yeah.
in real life. I thought that we were going to be sat with strangers, but we ended up getting a table for two with space, and then there was another table for two. So it was kind of like, being sat with other people,
Mm-hmm.
but because the tables were so close. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
Well,
like 4 inches between the tables.
yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, that's kind of how we were when I was on that cruise with David, and we sat down in a kind of a weird spot. We had our own table, but there was someone right next to us, and they were loud. They were loud people. It was a person table too. It was a 2-person table, then a 4-person table, and they were
Really?
very loud. Yeah, and so it wasn't bad, but we didn't go to main dining every night. So I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I like main dining, but
Yeah.
now I look to see what they're having before I go,
Mm-hmm.
because there's some nights that I would just go to the buffet because I have the same stuff, and the movie, I can catch the entire movie on deck.
Right. Yeah. And
Or we go to specialty dining.
yeah, I was about to say that as well. I think my next cruise, I'm going to be doing a lot of specialty dining, and so I think that's going to be something that I'm going to do. I'm probably going to escape and eat some sushi and stuff. So
You're going on the Vista, right?
yes, so it'll
So
be
your
all right.
last time for a while to cruise on the Vista.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, well, it's all good though. They'll reposition it just after that cruise, and then we'll have the Jubilee coming
Yeah,
in, so
the
that'll be
Jubilee.
nice.
And you will still have the breeze and the drink.
Yep. And then
And
there's another
they're
ship
adding it.
coming in.
There's a fourth one coming out. I forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget what ship, but
I
yeah,
think it's the Glory.
maybe. So, but yeah, so I would say that, if you're uncomfortable sitting with other people, like you might give it a shot, but I can understand how it's not for everyone.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. So I mean, if that's the case, then get your time dining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, definitely.
that
Especially
way because
it's just
you
you and
can
another person.
request, you can request the single table at that,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So I would suggest that as well. And because especially when you go to do the check-in, you can just select single
yep,
table every time.
single table. Yep.
Oh man, that's what I do. I did that quite often.
I did that when for the Kachinas on the Mardi or not on the celebration this past cruise. I did that for lunch, because you have to use, for some reason they wanted a reservation, so for lunch. I've never seen that on before.
We did the reservation and then we entered in the wrong door and they about panicked.
Oh,
So
really?
it was kind of funny. I don't know. Like I was following somebody and I was like, oh, there it is. And I just followed them on in. That's apparently wasn't where we were supposed to be going in at, but yeah. So that's cool. But well, did you know that we have a exciting revisit of a topic coming up?
What?
Yeah, this episode 93.
93. Hard to believe we've been doing this that long.
Yeah.
I mean, that's almost 2 years. You realize that?
So we're getting close.
I know.
So we would like to revisit how to maximize your Carnival cruise. So we did that earlier this year and it was a big success of a show. And so we decided to revisit it. I would like to kind of revisit some stuff and add some new stuff to it as well.
What did you say the topic was?
How to maximize your Carnival cruise.
That was an amazing announcer voice. Just saying.
I know. I just wanted to put that out there. So, this is going to be my very first time that I've done this tip. And I like to regurgitate tips all the time. I know a lot of other people do too, but this one's going to be now one of my go-tos, which is forget the Carnival cruise groups and go straight to the individualized group that is your individual cruise. So just do a search on Facebook for your cruise, like Carnival Celebration, June 25th, 2023 or 2024, and it'll pull up and you'll click it and join it. That there is my tip, because you go in there and the people are typically a lot less a-hole-ish.
Yeah.
So,
I've said that before, but especially now, the big groups that aren't date specific, they're just Carnival groups. Good Lord, they're savage.
Yeah, all groups except ours, the facebook.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. I will say that, like especially if you have questions, anything else, you go to those other groups, you're going to post in there your question.
And you're going to get roasted.
You're going to get roasted. You're going to have 700 answers, all of them different, and half of them making fun of you. So I don't know what to tell you.
And of course, most of the questions can be found just by asking a travel agent or Carnival's website.
Yeah, but exactly.
These people they're ruthless. So
absolutely. And so that's my main tip there, or my first tip is to definitely check those out and don't go to the other cruise groups.
My first one is another pre-cruise thing. Don't book yourself. Book through a travel agent or through a cruise planner, because they'll be able to find deals that you can't find on the that you may not be aware of that you're able to get. They'll be able to set you up because they're going to ask you questions that you won't think of putting in, like, if you're ambulatory disabled, where you're partially disabled or something like that, but you can walk around, but you may want may not want to step up to get into a shower, to the restroom or something like that, which you have to, most of in a non-ADA accessible room, you have to step up into the bathroom. So, or, just different things. So they'll be able to find the what you need and not be freaking out. You won't have to freak out saying, oh no, I forgot to do this. And then you got to rebook it because you made a mistake in your booking.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, absolutely. Another tip I would highly suggest, is getting that medication beforehand. And if you're going with the patch for seasickness, put it on before your cruise.
Yeah, you got to put it on 3 days before.
Yeah, put it on before. If you're going to have a bad, I've seen so many times people on a cruise that just slap that thing on and they're like, oh, I don't feel well. It's like, wow, you would have known that 3 days ago, not on a cruise.
Well, also one of the scopolamine patch, which is the patch you're talking about, one of the side effects, is it's only happened to one person I know that uses it, and I know a lot of people who use that patch. But you can go blind for 3 days. It may not be a complete blindness, but you'll definitely be hard of seeing. So, put that patch on 3 days before you actually leave for your vacation.
Yeah, or you'll be sorry. So, or you could be. I mean, you could be fine.
You could be fine.
Could be fine. Yeah. Or it could be a terrible nightmare. And so,
or you could be like end up driving and going blind or something.
Yeah.
You could be you could be have rented a golf cart on Key West on day 3 and just happen to go blind for that day because a side effect happened, and you drive then you drive into Hemingway's house and break everything, and then
God,
it's just a nightmare. So just put it on a few days beforehand, that way it's already in your system.
Exactly.
I just went off on a way out there.
Yeah, it could happen though. It could happen 100%. You didn't put the patch on right. So there you go. Now you owe millions of dollars to the Hemingway Foundation or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's funny.
My next one is take advantage of all the free stuff that's on there, like 20 or 12-hour ice cream. It's not 24-hour ice cream anymore,
Yeah. It's like 16 hours or something.
Yeah, 16 hours, something like that. If you're bored, the pool. If you get bored of something, go try something else out, like trivia or bingo. Well, no, bingo's not free anymore. Never mind. The comedy shows, all the shows are amazing. Well, except for one that I saw that wasn't, but
all of them are amazing except for that one.
Yeah.
Hey man, but what you do and what shows you go to in Mexico, we don't ask. So.
And if it involves an animal, ugh.
Oh, well. My next tip would be I've got a few to pick from. I would say this, but I'm kind of back and forth on it. It's along the lines of the free stuff as well. Try something else out. Like go to an art auction. Try it out once. Try it on for size. Get some free champagne. go in there and act all
Ugh.
hoity-toity. Yeah, you might.
Ugh.
I love the art auction when they give the free champagne, because everyone just stands there with their entire full glass of champagne, and then the game is to walk around the room and find a place where you can set it down and walk away.
That champagne will put hair on your chest.
Yeah,
You know,
well, but
I've won 2 bottles of that. Ugh.
yeah, you typically almost every time, and I'm going to tell you this right now. Every art auction you go to, you're going to walk away probably with a free gift. Okay. The free gift is always it's a white envelope that they give you, and inside is your free piece of art. And it's just a printed paper that's got some random artwork on it. Okay. What we do is we pick up those, we get as many as we can, we bring them home, we go to the Family Dollar or the Dollar Tree, we get frames. We put these in the Dollar Tree frames and then give them out as gifts. I got this at an art auction for you. Not even kidding. Every person I've given it to,
$1
absolutely loved it. $1 gifts out of the art auction. And so, and if you guys ever try to give me one of these, I love it. I will. I'll freak out too. So, but no, I absolutely think it's hilarious. And like I said, every person that I've given it to absolutely loved that gift. Or at least they told me that.
Wow. Now, my next one, I have always advocated, and I still do, about getting, if you're going to do an excursion, do it through Carnival because of all this. All they'll wait for you if something happens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
However, doing stuff with Charlie and with Sammy.
Yes.
If you have a long stay at a port, or you can, or something like that, or you're trying to find a short excursion, you might want to try and shop around off Carnival's site.
Yeah.
Because you can find better deals that way.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that.
Don't become a peer runner, but
yeah. Don't become. It is possible. I have not in the couple times that I've done it off Carnival, but I still advocate for going through Carnival because they will wait for you if something happens.
Yes,
but if money is tight and you're looking for something to do, by all means look off Carnival.
Yeah. Don't go too cheap though. But I don't think I've told this story in a while, but I will tell it again for new listeners. I was on a cruise and I panicked because my sisters and my mom and dad had not made it back on the cruise. It was like 30 minutes before they were like packing up to go, and I was freaking out thinking they're going to get left behind. And what it was they went on some kind of boat trip with this guy, and they had engine trouble at one point. Ooh. And slowed them down a little bit. But the main thing was they had paid him and they gave him money for tips as well. And he took all that money and he put it in his shirt pocket. Well, they hit a bump at one point and all that money flew out, and they were speeding in this boat and all the money just flew out into the ocean. So no joke.
And he probably wanted them to repay.
No. He turned around, went back looking for that money, and would not leave until he found it. And he only found some of his money. He did not find all of it.
Oh, wow.
He only found some. And then he had the speedboat. He speedboat got them to the port. Like he went to the port with the cruise ship because they had to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was wild. And so, yeah, I do not like be careful. Like when we say use Charlie in Honduras, when use Sammy in Aruba, it's because we vetted these people. Okay.
Yeah.
We've talked to these people, we've used their services, and they are someone that we trust. So definitely get recommendations.
I will say that in Curacao, we did do a sporadic excursion, a bus tour. It was only like 2 hours, which was good. We just found on in the pier. So I mean, if especially if you have a short time, if they say this is a 2-hour tour, do it. Because you'll be back in time.
Yeah. There's only one 3-hour tour that I know of that didn't make it back on time.
I still don't understand why the Howells brought so much luggage on a 3-hour tour.
Man, they did a really good job though. They were pre-planning for any eventuality.
They never in the 30 years they were stuck on that island, they didn't wear the same clothes once.
And you know what's funny is Mr. Howell, he could have played Magoo.
He did.
I know. I'm just this. Oh. He did the cartoon voice. Yeah. No, I love that show, man. So yeah.
Now, since all of the original actors are gone from that show,
we're on Gilligan's Island now, folks.
I think I really think they should revamp it now.
Yeah,
yeah, but I don't know how. I mean, as everything has GPS, but he's giggling.
I had to look up something real quick. Because I was pretty sure, because you just killed off Tina Louise.
Oh, is she still alive? I'm sorry.
She is a wild 89 years old and just as pretty as ever. And
I was always a Marianne guy anyway.
Yeah, me too. But I will say that if she were to pass away within days of this episode, it's all Mr. Kennedy's fault. I just want to
no.
We're putting that on him right now. So
wow.
But
that's like blaming me for Betty White's death, even though I hadn't made a joke about her, possibly dying in 4 years before her death. Okay.
Oh, there you go. So we'll see. Anyways, so my next tip would be to download your favorite podcast, okay, while you're on the cruise, like before you go on the cruise.
Yeah, specifically this one.
Maybe it's a Carnival cruising podcast. Maybe while you're on the ship, you could be listening to other people talking about being on a ship, and it would be like an Inception event or something. I don't know.
I think I broke the space-time continuum the past 2 cruises because I have actually listened to our podcast while waiting to board the ship.
Yes, absolutely. Now, I didn't listen to it the last cruise, but I did before we got into port. But I did not as we were in port.
No,
I was being wined and dined in port, you see. So this is my platinum benefits, you see.
Now I do remember, one cruise where you almost got kicked off of a flight because of the podcast, but
well, yeah. you besmirched my good name, sir, with that fried chicken. No. Anyways,
When you told me that story, I was like, "Oh Lord, no, he did not. He did not."
No.
I can only imagine the air marshal is like, and pulls his stun gun out. Wait,
yeah. Everyone's like, it's okay, it's okay. No, it's not gonna be okay. Oh, that's great. Oh man, you have any more tips?
Well, you kind of, took my last one.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Well, I do have another one. Why don't you? Okay, so if you're going on a cruise, make sure, especially if this is your first cruise. I recently had to coach somebody going through, a good friend of mine going through a cruise, and make sure you've done all your things that you're supposed to do before your cruise. She's got me coaching her the day before she flies to Miami, right? Not even joking. Not even joking. Hasn't even checked in. Not even checked in. Doesn't got a check-in time. Hasn't printed her boarding pass. Hasn't done anything. And then tries to blame me. Well, you didn't tell me to do these things. I'm not going on your cruise.
You're an adult.
Oh, I love it. It was so funny. It was so funny.
Oh, I did think of another one as soon as you're done.
Yeah, but I gotta say, make sure you do all those things, and also like look into the things that you need to do beforehand. So,
I mean, especially if you're a seasoned cruiser, you got the trick on how to get the good time slot that you want and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So, but the one I just came up with is because I started thinking back to something. Fine, if you're going with a group, or it's just you and a friend, make sure you can get along with that friend.
Yeah.
Or the group,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to go on a cruise with somebody that may be incompatible or
just insane
or annoy or whatever you. And how about this? Set clear boundaries.
Like okay, so you and I could go on a cruise and just be fine if it was just the two of us, because just like on the family reunion group cruise, you're just like, I miss you, I haven't seen you in like a day,
Yeah, hashtag where's Thomas.
Yeah, because I was doing my own thing, you were doing your own thing, and,
exactly. Well, then that's how you do it. That's that's how I do it. There are some people that like we're here to party, let's party together.
And then there's those people who are like clingy.
Yeah. And I honestly, one of my favorite cruise photos is me sitting in a clamshell. And I actually have a notebook open, and I was working on some ideas for a book idea that never came to. And it's just me. The photo is just of me, my you can see my legs. And I don't think I post this because you can see my feet, and I don't want people having my dirty feet photos, you nasty people.
You might be able to make some money on it.
I could. Onlyfeets.com. So, but I could have, I had my feet, and you got the clamshell, and you got my little book, and that's how I cruise sometimes. That's how I enjoy part of my day, is just relaxing and having a good time. Because man, my job takes things out of me, man.
Mine does too, especially come October 1st.
Oh yeah. You work at insurance, man.
Yeah, that's my busy time.
Yeah.
So from October 1st until January 8th.
Yeah. No, I can't. No. No. I mean, like, it's always busy where I'm at, but Yeah. No, not
Yeah,
even.
where I work, where you're busy season, you may work a couple hours overtime.
Mm-hmm.
I could work anywhere from 10 to 16 hours, and that's not including the hours I put on the weekends.
Exactly. And that's why my job only gets busy if like we have a major disaster. And then I have to work overtime. But other
And
than
you may
that,
have to work overtime for a different state.
yeah, I've done that before too.
Mine is every year at the fourth
Yeah,
quarter.
every year for you. It's not every year for me. So actually, out of all the years, it's only been 1 year for me. Well, I guess you can count 2020 as an insane year for us. But
Yeah, it was because no one was working.
yeah, we don't talk about where I work.
Oh, you can count. You can edit that out.
I will edit that out. I will edit that out, and then I'm going to leave this part in where everyone's going to be like, "Oh, they said it." You only find out where I work if you're high enough on the cult
in the
status.
cult.
Yeah. Anyways, well, speaking of the cult, do we have any more tips?
I think that's the last one.
That's the last one. All right. So I would like to point out, if you would like to join the call, join us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. We got the Facebook group and we got the page. Join them both. It's a lot of fun. And we'll have a nice little welcome post for you at some point. And we'll go, yay, you joined us. Yay. And I know things have been a little dead in our group.
I promise that as soon as this move gets taken care of, we're going to
get a little better.
More active.
Yeah, we both have a lot going on. So, but we will get better there as well. So, anyways, also go over to our SpeakPipe page. No one sent us a SpeakPipe this week. It makes me sad. And so, if you would like to do it and your name is not Ted, then you can go on there at speakpipe.com.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
If you have an opinion on the sitting with strangers,
ooh,
you leave us a SpeakPipe.
Yeah. Go on there and let us know how you feel about sitting with strangers.
If you have a tip that you want to give, leave us a SpeakPipe.
Yeah, exactly. And I will not vet them and I will play them. So that's really great. Although remember, this podcast is edited. And I will bleep you out. So anyways, just know that you are unique, you are special, and you are loved.
And remember, anything that happens on the ship stays on YouTube. Bye.
See ya.
Save the foosball table. Bye. I got it this time.
You got it.